Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing this Jeep Compass Sport. This is a very affordable 4x4. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this Compass. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 24 around town and then 32 on the highway, with power outputs being 200 horsepower and then 221 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you're going to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the front end style, basically looks like a mini Grand Cherokee. You can see how the hood kind of falls off on either side, and then we've got pretty cool little turn signal indicators. You got the signature Jeep grille there, and then no fog lights or anything on this particular model. Again, this is a sport, so it's kind of like a baseline. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 60 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, silver with the finish. I like the little Jeep logo there in the center of the wheel cap. It's pretty cool. And then we got these kind of like chunky fender flares. You can see the rest of the bodywork, Compass logo there on the side, and then some silver trim around the windows, and there's the side profile. Now taking a look at the key fob, we've got our lock and unlock function, got the Jeep logo there on the back, and pretty simple. And hopping around to the rear, quite a bit of storage space here in the back of the Compass, and the loading floor actually falls down a bit, so that adds to the capacity that you have here. But yeah, it's a nice bit of practicality. When you're all done, just grab that, plop it down. You can see the Jeep logo there, and then I like the taillights. I think those look pretty cool as well. And well, it's the back of the Compass. And this leads us to the rear. So this is funky with the cloth trim there. I think it's kind of cool though. And then we do have cloth seats. It'd be funny if they made these seats that same color that's on the door panel. That'd be crazy, right? Anyways, legroom back here is pretty solid. Got a storage pocket. Got some vents here in the back, a little outlet section as well. And then headroom back here is actually pretty dang solid. And then this leads us to the front door panel. So you can see again, soft touch here. Got that lighter cloth trim down below. All of our window controls, front two are automatic, mirror adjustments. Got blind spot warning with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. It is manually adjustable. And then you got more of that cloth trim and then some soft touch on the dash. And now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see that it's got some kind of like soft touch trim all around. Radio controls in the back. You got cruise control and then controls for the center stack there. Like how the center logo is pretty fancy looking. And then just traditional stocks here in the back. And then as for the gauge cluster itself, it's mostly analog. We do have that screen there in the center, which you can use to scroll through different bits of information to see different bits of stuff on the vehicle. Backup camera in reverse, and actually has a zoom function. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, pretty quick response time. That's a second to load up. Single zone climate with this, and then we do have some physical buttons down below for like the auto stop start, stability control, lane departure, hazard lights. More of that cloth trim all the way across, and then soft touch there on the dash. Analog controls here for the climate, radio, and then you can see here with the shifter for that 8-speed, and then there's a little charging area in front. Parking brake here. We've got our drive mode select for your sand, snow, and auto mode. 4-wheel drive lock, and then a little bit more storage here. Pretty good storage space in the console. Nice trim on the top of the console. Manual mirror dimmer, it's always nice, and then just a darker headliner. So that 2025 Compass Sport, total MSRP is $28,090, so sub $30,000 for a 4x4. Pretty impressive. Let's take it out. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. There's visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. The rest of the rear. And let us set off in the Jeep Compass Sport. Just reviewed that altitude, which you know, it's $3 more, but it's got quite a bit of fanciness to it that this doesn't have. But this thing's cool. Sub $30,000, 4x4. Not a lot of stuff on the market like that nowadays. Not a lot of sub $30,000 brand new cars at all. Especially stuff that can drive in all 4 seasons, no problem. It's 4 cylinders, kind of peaky. That's how it produces power. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I think Jeep should have put this on the seats. Let me know if you guys disagree. But I understand like stains and all of that, but I think that would have been such a cool, funky interior. I don't know. I think it would have worked for some people. You know, obviously most of them should have this interior, but I don't know. I think some of them could have that, and that would be pretty cool. And speaking of interior, I mean, this is like soft touch here, so like where you'd rest your arm at the top, and then down below where you'd rest your arm too. So even though this is a baseline car, it's a pretty nice interior for a baseline car, and it's nicely designed too, with how this all kind of flows across the dash. And you know, some of the features this has, like the radio controls in the back and everything. I remember when you know, Stellantis wouldn't put that on a lot of cars. You know, it's like you got to get a certain high-end, you know, not super high-end, but you got to get a higher-end package to be graced with that feature, to be graced with the privilege of being able to change your radio controls just by flicking some buttons on the back of the steering wheel. But yeah, it's cool that it's on a more affordable car like this. We should have a green light sometime in the next 20, 30 years, maybe 40, if we're lucky. There we go. Always takes a minute. Yeah, suspension damping through that was pretty good. Gonna turn this up just one. It's getting hot, but I won't complain because this is my last review of today, so not too shabby. Yeah, everything seems pretty smooth so far. Yeah, transmission's nice. It's very smooth through the gears. It's getting up. Yeah, it's I mean, for the segment, it's pretty quick. Most cars in this segment have like 150 horsepower, 160. So it's got good power, and it still gets good fuel economy. So the entry-level Compass, this is a cool car. Really cool car, because what you're getting here is, again, 4x4, got four-wheel drive lock even. So something that can do well in all 4 seasons, and it's barely more expensive than the average used car. The average used car is like $25,000, $26,000. So this being $28,000, and I'm sure if you ask the Jeep dealership, pretty pleased, they might be a little bit less than that, right? Doesn't hurt to ask, always. The point I'm trying to make is this is affordable. This is the definition of affordable. And I know some people still argue with me, but you're getting a brand new car, full warranty, pretty nice interior. And again, I'm glad that manufacturers like Jeep are understanding that this is what people want. This is all people need. And this isn't even the bare minimum. This is above the bare minimum, right? It's got some safety tech added to it, and it's got some fancy touch points and everything. But yeah, more of a, this isn't quite full bare bones, but a more bare bones car that's more affordable. Like this is good. So I hope that we see more of this in the future, because I think this is what the market really needs, especially everything happening. So Let me know what you guys think about the Compass Sport, but this is a great, affordable, brand new 4x4. Let's, in 2024, 2025, let's make affordable cars great again, right? Or let's make them exist again.